guys? It's your girl ManicMeeks, and I had to watch episode 2 of Chernobyl, and I realized that today episode 3 is coming out, so that is getting watched as well. You guys, this show, I don't think I'm emotionally ready. I just can't get over the fact that this actually happened in real life. I was 3 years old when this happened. I can't believe this shite. I can't believe it. But if you're enjoying this reaction or anything else I got on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm here, you're here. Let's be here together. And go ahead and throw some likes on the video. Y'all. Well, I guess I'm gonna look. Hold on. Okay. Episode 1, it literally starts with, not with the shit hitting the fan. It starts with a flashback of someone saying what happened at Chernobyl was like egregious and people should be, put to death for what happened to the people, and they didn't protect the people. And then you go into exactly what happened after the dude kills himself. And I was trying to figure out who this person was because I was a little confused. Because it didn't really label anybody. So you just had to pay attention to like faces and how they did the age, not regression, what is it? I don't know the correct word for it, but how they aged him up. They made him look older. But after they did that section, it was just all about when the shit hit the fan. It literally started with an explosion, and the couple that they were focusing on in the beginning, one of them is the fireman, so he got called out for it. But before you knew that, you could just see the explosion in the window, and it was huge. It was like a boom, and then you just saw lights. And like the fact that the people who were in charge of the power plant weren't listening to any of the workers. Like the people who were in charge for the night shift didn't listen when they said the reactor was gone. Oh, the reactor couldn't be gone. The reactor can't blow up. How does the reactor blow up? It doesn't blow up, so it can't happen. That is one of the worst attitudes, and oh my gosh, and I cannot believe, if they're exaggerating this for the sake of the show, it still sucks. But if this actually happened, like people did this in real life and had that cavalier attitude when shit was popping off the way it was, that's just unacceptable. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, it is so crazy. But I'm excited to see what happens from here, because I tried to read on Chernobyl. I got the gist of what happened. How it was a steam explosion inside of the reactor during a test, like a power test, I believe, when they cut off the power, and it was supposed to route a certain way, but the night shift who was there, the supervisor, I guess, didn't do it the correct way. He did it out of order of sorts, and it caused an explosion. And I don't think that was the bad part. The bad part to me, what I saw, was how they were handling it and how they kept trying to minimize it. Oh, no one's going to get sick. No one's going to get sick. It's just the reactor is there. You just got to keep pumping water into the reactor. Well, the reactor was gone. And so people were risking their lives to go take a peek and come back and report the same thing. This man was told the same thing at least 3 times. The reactor is gone. Well, it can't be gone. He's like, I checked. There's nothing there. Well, it can't be gone. I literally just checked. There's nothing there. But you're wrong because it's still there. And I was like, ooh, Jesus. So, I'm going to try to watch this one. I can tell you right now, I'm going to be real emotional and real loud about it because it's about to get real serious in here and up and through here. Up and through here. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and start episode 2 of Chernobyl. Please remain calm. No.
Iodine.
Could it be a waste dump?
We'd be seeing other isotopes.
Nuclear test? New kind of bomb?
We'd have heard that's what half our people work on here.
Something with a space program, like a satellite or...
Chernobyl's not answering.
No one's answering the phone.
Get everyone started on an IV.
We don't have enough.
Of all the children, then.
But we don't have enough.
As many as you can. Where's the old man?
He set up a burn ward in 16.
Oh my god.
What are you doing? What is that?
Milk. It's milk. Much better than water.
No, stop, stop!
What are you doing?
These are radiation burns. Their clothes are contaminated.
Thank you.
Help me! Get it all off.
I don't understand why, if you knew how serious this was, you didn't wear anything on your hands. Come on, people.
Thank you, Comrade General Secretary. I'm pleased to report that the situation in Chernobyl is stable.
No, it's
Military and
not.
civilian patrols have secured the region, and Colonel General Picalo,
How
who commands
do people
troops
do
specializing
this?
in chemical hazards, has been dispatched to the plant. In terms of radiation, Plant Director Bricano reports no more than 3.6 Rontgen. I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest X-ray, so if you're overdue for a checkup,
Please say something.
Press?
totally unaware.
Please say
KGB First
something.
Deputy Chairman Sharkov assures me that we have successfully protected our security interests.
Say something.
Good. Very good. Well, it seems like it's well in hand, so. If there is nothing else, meeting adjourned.
Please.
No. Pardon me?
We can't adjourn.
This is Professor Legasov of the Kurchatov Institute. Professor, if you have any concerns, feel free to address them with me later.
No.
I can't.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Page 3, the section on casualties. A fireman was severely burned on his hand by a chunk of smooth black mineral on the ground outside the reactor building. Smooth black mineral. Graphite. There's graphite on the ground.
Well, there was a tank explosion. There's debris. Of what importance that could
There's
be?
only one place in the entire facility where you will find graphite. Inside the core. If there's graphite on the ground outside, it means it wasn't a control system tank that exploded. It was the reactor core. It's open.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Comrade Sherbina.
Comrade General Secretary, I can assure you that Professor Legasov is mistaken. Bricano reports that the reactor core is intact. And as for the radiation...
Yes, 3.6 Rontgen, which, by the way, is not the equivalent of one chest X-ray, but rather 400 chest X-rays. That number's been bothering me for a different reason, though. It's also the maximum reading on low-limit dosimeters. They gave us the number they had. I think the true number is much, much higher. If I'm right, this fireman was holding the equivalent of 4 million chest X-rays in his hand.
Professor Legasov, there's no place for alarmist hysteria.
It's not
on this floor.
alarmist if it's a fact.
Well, I don't hear any facts at all.
Excuse me.
All I hear is a man I don't know, engaging in conjecture, in direct contradiction to what has been reported by party officials.
Professor Legasov.
Horace,
Shut up.
I will allow it.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
That's 3 million, billion, trillion bullets in the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. Most of these bullets will not stop firing for 100 years. Some of them not for 50,000 years.
Yes, and this concern stems entirely from the description of a rock.
It's not a rock.
Yes.
Comrade Sherbina, I want you to go to Chernobyl.
And
You
die.
take a look at the reactor. You personally,
And
you report directly
die.
back to me,
Wise decision, Comrade General Secretary.
and take Professor Legasov with you.
Forgive me, Comrade General Secretary, but I
Do
don't...
you know how a nuclear reactor works?
No, you don't. Do you?
No.
Thank
No.
you.
Well, then how will you know what you're looking at?
Thank
Meeting
you. Thank you. Someone with sense who cares. Yes.
How does a nuclear reactor work?
What?
It's a simple question.
It's hardly a simple answer.
Of course. You presume I'm too stupid to understand. So I'll restate. Tell me how a nuclear reactor works, or I'll have one of these soldiers throw you out of the helicopter. Good. I know how a nuclear reactor works. I don't need you. Here to see inside.
I don't have to. Look, that's graphite on the roof. The whole building's been blown open. The core's exposed.
I can't see how you can tell that from here.
Oh, for God's sakes. Look at that glow. That's radiation ionizing the air.
Why we can't see, we don't know. Get us
This
directly over
idiot.
the building.
Boris,
Don't
you
use my
fly
name.
directly over.
I haven't
The
listened to your
reactor will be
advice.
dead within a week. Dead.
You're going to die now,
If you
thanks. You're
fly
going to die.
directly over that core, I promise you by tomorrow morning you'll be begging for that bullet.
Go ahead and fly over it. Thank you. Good job, fucking guy. Good job. Be pissed. I don't even care at this point. Save yourselves. Well, you can't really save yourselves, but save yourself so you can try and help as many people as possible. She got her iodine pills. I wonder how many you have to continuously take. Is it like one a day?
Perhaps if you came back another day.
Yes, very good. There has been an accident at Chernobyl, but I've been assured there is no problem.
I'm telling you that there is.
I prefer my opinion to yours.
I'm a nuclear physicist. Before you were deputy secretary, you worked in a shoe factory.
Oops.
Yes, I worked in a shoe factory. And now I'm in charge.
Still gonna die.
To the workers of the world.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I'm fine. I took my pill. I don't want to say I'm glad, but I like that he is risking himself as opposed to risking his troops for the answer. That's a general, and that's how you lead. Lead by example. It is dark. He's not worried about it. He knows he's definitely right, but now we gotta figure out what they can do to protect what's left of the people. Shit.
It's 15,000.
Ooh, Jesus
Comrades,
Christ,
Venus.
Jesus Christ, slap the shit
What
out
does that number mean?
Slap
It
fire.
means the core is open. Means the fire we're watching with our own eyes is giving off nearly twice the radiation released by the bomb in Hiroshima. And that's every single hour after hour. 20 hours since the explosion, so 40 bombs worth by now. Miss.
How much sand and brine? For God's sake, roughly.
5,000 tons. And obviously we're going to need to evacuate an enormous area.
Never mind that. Focus on the fire.
I am focusing on the fire. The wind is carrying all that smoke, all that radiation.
To
At
other
least
cities.
evacuate Pripyat. It's 3 kilometers away.
That's my decision to make.
Then make it.
I've been told not to.
Is it or is it not your decision?
I'm in charge here.
If you're in
It would
charge,
go
then
much
make
easier
it.
if you talk to me about the things you do understand and not about the things you do not understand.
No, they're too close.
They can't get over the fire. How are they
The
supposed
wind will have to carry it. Tell them they cannot go over the core.
He's gonna see what happens.
Lead 1 is too close. I repeat, they are too close.
You saw it yourself.
Sir, what do I tell the others?
Stay outside of the fucking perimeter.
Is there any other way, Legazo? Send the next one in. The wind has been blowing toward Germany. Not letting children play outside. In Frankfurt.
Yep, in Frankfurt. Hundreds of miles away. Dare I say thousands, because I don't know. And you guys are evacuating or letting people, like... and they're in the smoke. And And just the threat of the smoke is keeping
There has been a
kids in
nuclear
charge.
accident in the Soviet Union, and the Soviets have admitted that it happened. The Soviet version is this. One of the atomic reactors at the Chernobyl atomic power plant in the city of Kiev was damaged, and there is speculation in Moscow that people were injured and may have died. The Soviets may have been fairly quick to acknowledge the accident because evidence in the form of mild nuclear radiation had already reached beyond the Soviet borders to Scandinavia.
There are the buses. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
It was my understanding that these large water tanks under the reactor were essentially empty. This is Ulana Khomyuk of the Belarusian Institute. Thanks to her insight, we are now aware that the tanks are, in fact, full.
Of water. Yeah. Why is that a problem, Professor?
When the lava enters these tanks, it will instantly superheat and vaporize approximately 7,000 cubic meters of water, causing a significant thermal explosion.
How significant?
We estimate between 2 and 4 megatons. Everything within a 30-kilometer radius will be completely destroyed, including the 3 remaining reactors at Chernobyl. The entirety of the radioactive material in all of the cores will be ejected at force and dispersed by a massive shockwave, which will extend approximately 200 kilometers and likely be fatal to the entire population of Kiev, as well as a portion of Minsk. The release of radiation will be severe and will impact all of Soviet Ukraine, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarusia, as well as Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, and most of East Germany.
Her giving this information is giving me goosebumps. This guy is like, what do I do now?
And how long before this happens?
Approximately 48 to 72 hours.
Jesus.
But we may have a solution. We can pump the water from the tanks. Unfortunately, the tanks are sealed shut by a sluice gate, and the gate can only be opened manually from within the duct system itself. So we need to find 3 plant workers who know the facility well enough to enter the basement here, find their way through all these ductways, get to the sluice gate valve here, and give us the access we need to pump out the tanks. Of course, we will need your permission.
My permission for what?
To
The
send
water
people to
in
their
these
deaths,
ducts.
pretty much.
The level of radioactive contamination.
They'll likely be dead in a week.
We're asking for your permission to kill 3 men.
To save 60 million. I don't want a trophy. I don't want a medal. Just like take care of my family and my family's family until they are no more. I think everything is still like that, except for, dilapidated. I remember seeing a Destination Truth episode where they went to Chernobyl and they saw all of this. Oh, that's throw up.
On an ankle.
Where's Parlov?
Is the guy in the front? No, he's not.
Baranov.
$400 rubles. I just did the thing on that. That's $6.20. It looks like here. But that's currently. I don't know what it was in the 80s, but 400 rubles a year. Whew. I don't know if I will be able to do that. I don't know. Those are some brave ass men, I can tell you that. Those are some brave ass men. Jesus. It sounds like static TV in there. My God. So are they panicking? They're making me panic. Because the thing is clicking. Uh-oh. Keep going. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. I'm too claustrophobic for this. I am too claustrophobic for this. Gotta take a deep breath. It is not even me. Yeah, I'm like Alexei Ananyenko, Valery Bespolov, and Boris Bodnarov. Boris Bodnarov is the one who died in 2005. I just wanted to make sure I got their names in here because this shit right here, child, woo. And I'm glad for, I'm not going to remember their names unless I have it listed, because their names are also hard for me to pronounce. But Skarsgård's character, I'm very happy that he actually listened to the doctor. I can't remember his name. Actually, I'm very glad he's listening to both of the doctors. And the dude, and I have to figure out, like, I need to watch, I know there's a trial. I feel like I need to read on the trial because the two guys that they took off that said that, oh, well, everything's fine, you know, you guys are exaggerating. They had to have been prosecuted if they made it to trial because they were all up in it. But this is a fantastically, like, it's just well done. I feel the dread, and it's like a history lesson, which I like. I love history, and I like watching or reading about just stuff like this, real life events that happened, and they had to figure out how to fix it. And I think this is the most costly, and this power plant explosion did the most damage. And then number 2 would be the one that happened, I want to say in Asia. I want to say in Japan, but I'm not quite sure. I know it was 2011, but I can't remember if it was Japan or China. I can't remember, but I do know it was 2011. But, oh my gosh. My gosh. I have to think about, I literally have to sit here and think. So they finally did the evacuations. It took the outside world knowing before the Russian government, the Soviet government would allow evacuation. Germany was not allowing kids to play outside. And I think it was in Switzerland. They were like, okay, y'all need to stay inside. And they were like, if everyone around us is evacuating people and keeping people inside, we need to get people out of here. Because these people walk around like nothing's wrong. And it's so much wrong. Like, everybody is just, I don't want to say getting infected, because I don't think that's how that works. Everyone is getting irradiated. And, oh my gosh, this is well done. This is very well done. I'm definitely going to watch the 3rd episode. I think the 3rd episode is out. And I'm going to go ahead and start that. I've got nothing, like, this just blows my mind how certain people's incompetence kept millions of people from being safer. You know what I mean? Like, they could have reacted quickly, like faster, and saved more people if they'd have been like, oh shoot, the power plant exploded. It hit the core. Fuck, it hit the core. We need to shut this shit down. We need to evacuate the area. We need to get everybody out now. And then we can focus on trying to figure out how to fix it. Like, don't flood it with water. It's a fire. We got to figure out, like, what the hell to do besides sending people up there. Like, we got to figure this shit out. And it was errors in judgment. And, according to the show, it was errors in judgment and egos that kept the quick reaction from happening. Man. Well, on that note, guys, hopefully I can catch you in the next episode, because I'm definitely going to watch it, and it's definitely going to be posted, because I'm enjoying the show thoroughly, and I'm very sad it's just a miniseries. Oh, it's just a miniseries. But on that note, guys, thanks for hanging with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.